Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Puckatini, and what I got for tonight is we're going to do a video breakdown here of Donovan Faupel. I believe is how you pronounce his name. I had a lady tell me how to do that, and I could not find that message again. I searched and searched for it, but I believe it's Faupel. Faw Faupel. And I'm going to tell you, man, this guy's a heck of a receiver. And I just added my title here is Arkansas just added a 61 catch wide receiver. And that's huge, man. 61 catches. He's transferring to us from New Mexico State University. Really good player here. Really excited about him, man. When I saw that they signed him back a while ago, I was real excited and couldn't wait to do more of a breakdown on him. And I've been doing that yesterday and today and just super excited. The Arkansas got a receiver that like this. He's really good. Now, but before I get into that breakdown, I would like to ask that if you do like this video at any point, to please give it a thumbs up. And then please subscribe to my channel and then click that notification bell. I'm right now I'm breaking down all of the transfer portal guys that we've signed or have committed to us. I'm probably over halfway finished with them. And if there's one of them that you want to see, search for their name there, and you can find them on my YouTube channel, The Great Puckatini. Also, I've broken down all of our high school signees with video breakdown. You can watch them playing and me breaking it down. And I'd love to have you back. Love to have you watch more videos. Give me a comment. If you know something about these guys I didn't say or just whatever, man, I love to read your comments, and I learn a lot from you guys. So anyway, hope to see you back. So let's get into it here. Donovan Faupel. Now, first of all, look at his measurables versus the NFL prototype, because if you're playing for Arkansas, you're playing the SEC, and you're going to play against future NFL players. Now, so Donovan here is 6'1", 195. That's really good size. He runs a 4.56 40 on NFL Draft Scout. I found it on there. Now, NFL prototype wide receiver is 6'1", 203, and they run about a 4.48 40. So you see here that Donovan is right at that NFL prototype size. He's got great height at 6'1", 195 is great build. And then 4.56, 4.48, he's close to that 40 time. So he's an SEC ready frame with a solid build. He's a big, strong wide receiver, and he's experienced, and we're lucky to get him. I'm telling you, I think he's going to be really good for us. Now, his transfer rankings is really interesting. You see here on the second bullet, coming out of high school, he had a 79 rating. And then while he's at New Mexico State, he had a big year this last season. And he jumped up to an 85 ranking. So he jumped up six spots, I guess you could say, 6 points, I guess would be a better word. So he had a big time. You don't see that happen a lot. Usually when they're coming out of high school, they have a higher ranking than when they're transferring here. But Donovan Faupel, his transfer ranking is actually higher than his high school rating. So he had a big development jump from high school to college. And as he's been in college, really, I probably said that wrong. But anyway, he's played 3 years at New Mexico State, had a big jump this past year, and I look for him to have another jump again here at Arkansas. Really like watching him play. Now, his production last season, was it 2024 or 2025? I get so confused on that. But anyway, this past season, he had 61 catches for 651 yards, and for 7 touchdowns. And that's about 10.7 yards per catch, which is really good. So you're saying, every time he catches it, he's getting a first down. Now if it's 3rd and 15, of course, that's not first down. But what I mean is when you're averaging 10 yards, that's really good, And he's a reliable intermediate and red zone target, and he can get deep too sometimes. Like you see his 40 time at 4.56. He's not a burner, but we've got some burners on here already. Donovan gives us a good intermediate guy, red zone target, big strong guy, strong hands. Just love his build. I think he's got a great size and pretty good speed too. So he definitely will be a weapon for us. So he's got so he is production. You're signing him for his production right here, and I like that a lot. Already got 3 years of experience. That's really important. Here are his PFF grades while at New Mexico State this past season. Hit a 72 overall offensive grade, 72 receiving grades, 77 drop grade, which means he has strong hands. He don't drop the ball. So all those grades you see there are above average starter level production. Okay, that's what it means. I always tell you in the 70s, and I decided to type it on there. That's above average starter type production. So we've got a guy here that has starter type production already. He's a reliable target with great ball security. So super excited about that. You know, we had too many fumbles and all kinds of bad stuff. We got to quit beating ourselves first at Arkansas, and I think Donovan will help us win games and not beat ourselves. All right, his experience and development, I've already talked about that a little bit, but Donovan has 3 years of college experience. I mean, that's super important. He has FBS game reps, you know, being Division I, the FBS level. He's a physically developed wide receiver already. You're not going to have to work him into shape, you know, high school guy. He's already developed. He's ready to go. He's a plug-and-play piece right now. And he's a mature route runner. That's his profile, you know. He's a good route runner, and you'll see what I mean here in a minute. He runs good routes, big, strong receiver. Really like it. Really like what I see. Super excited. His projected Arkansas fit, you know, he's kind of more of a possession receiver with deep play potential. You just see him get down the field a little bit. He's kind of sneaky, but he's not a burner. You're not going to try to, you know, he's not going to pop the top off the defense, you know, but he's more of a possession receiver, but he can get deep. He has third down reliability. Like I say, he's got good hands, runs good routes, smart, so he knows how to get open. So that's real good in third down. He could be a real good security blanket for our quarterbacks. He's a good-sized target. He's a very good red zone target as well with his size and strength. You know, he can, you know, if they try to bump and run you a lot of times down in the red zone, and it's because there's just not room to play off. So you got to be a big, strong guy. You got to be able to get through that and run your route and then catch a contested pass. So he does a good job of that because of his size and strength. He will be a stabilizing presence there in the wide receiver room. I think he will, you know, because I think he could be like the security blanket, you know, kind of like those tight ends, you know, like Jay Novacek was for Troy Aikman, you know, kind of that security blanket. He will be a chain mover role in our offense. He can post up and get that first down. You know, you'll see him in the few plays I'm going to show you that he can post up at the first down marker in the end zone, like in basketball, post up and defend, you know, put his body between the defender and the ball and make a contested catch. So he's really good weapon, I think. Be a big weapon for us. Here are his strengths when I watch him, you know, on film and just what I see. He has strong hands, and you know, his 77 drop grade backs that up. He runs really good routes. You know, you think 3 years in college, he should run good routes, be reliable where we think he's going to be. He has an SEC ready frame. He's big and strong. He's red zone production. You'll see him catch a couple passes for touchdowns. So good red zone production. That's very important. You got to score points. And he's an experienced contributor already. You know, he's experienced in college. He contributed a lot to his team last season. So that's really big. A lot of production out of Donovan Faupel. His overall projection that I see, you know, his floor, it will be, and if nothing else, it'll be a rotational wide receiver contributor for us, you know, and I shouldn't put SEC in there, I should put Arkansas. But anyway, his ceiling is a reliable receiver for us, you know, reliable he can be. And I hate to see the number one receiver, number two, you know, I'm kind of, the older I get, I'm kind of more like Michael Leach. I don't want that one dominant receiver. You know, you're going to have a receiver that leads your team in catches, you know, but, you know, I'm getting towards him where I think you want 3 or 4 that are pretty good, that a defense just can't load up on and stop him, you know. And, excuse me, and I think he definitely could be one of those top receivers that we're going to have. I think he is. He grades out. Eventually, I'm gonna go over the whole offense and show you all the grades and everything, but he grades out. His offensive grade of 72, I think, is like the top of all the receivers we have right now. So he grades very high when you compare him to our other receivers we're going to have coming back for this next season. And so super excited about him. And just his transfer rating supports a solid contributor profile. He will. I definitely believe he's going to be a solid contributor. He's easy to throw to with his size. He's not a little bitty guy. So he'll be a contributor for us for sure. And that's all my PowerPoint. And I'm going to do my video a little bit differently here. And here's a picture of him right here. You know, he's might be celebrating or he's standing over the guy here. So that's him right there. And you see, he's a big guy now. He's not a little bitty high school receiver, 5'10", 160. This is a 6'1", 195-pound guy. Big, strong, look at the legs, big, strong thighs there. He's a big guy. So I'm going to scroll down here, and this will be the first clip I show you. Let me, shoot, I knew that thing was going to be in the way. Can I get, let me see, I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit, move that thing out of the way. Can I do that? Where's it at? Right there. Let me see if I can move this out of the way over here, way over here. Then we'll zoom this back in. Sorry about this. Y'all can see here. All right, right there maybe. Pretty good. So you can kind of see it as we're going there. I'm going to back it up here. And let me see. I don't want the sound going. Now, where's Faupel? He's right here, okay? And he's going to run what I used to call a squirrel route. He comes inside and squirrels out. Now, if he comes in, nobody's there, he'll catch it right here. If somebody's there, he can take it on towards the sideline. This is him right here and shows you what kind of a weapon he can be in the red zone. Did not want that to happen. Let's see. Let's go back. So here he is right here. Come inside, scroll it out, and then boom, right there. You know, a good big target inside there at the red zone. Gives you a good target. Right here, same thing, same game here. Let me see. Come on, man, don't do that to me. I'm going to put it right there. Make sure that is not going to come on. All right, here we go. Now, here he is right here. This is him. And he come in hard, and he's going to come around the back of the end zone here. Boom, right there. Good hands. See him catch the ball with his hands. Really good play there. You know, big red zone target for him. Be good for Arkansas here. We're getting all kinds of stuff popping up here. Let me do something here. Let me pause that. And we just saw him here catching that touchdown pass there. Now, I believe he's this guy over here by himself. You know, this is a 3-by-1 set. Usually you're trying to get your best receiver one-on-one here. And he's got tight coverage. Let's see what he does here. I believe this is him right here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he goes inside and out. So good route right there. Looky there. So he can get behind that corner. He can beat tight coverage. And you see there, he can slip in behind. He don't have the great top speed, but he's got good enough to where he can get behind the corner and make some plays. All right, now same thing here. Now look, this is what I was thinking. This was 3rd and 15. He got to get all the way down here to the 5. So they're way off of him. Okay, and so let's watch. This is where he uses his body again, kind of like a basketball player, kind of blocking that guy out, using his his size here. All right, once again, this is a 3-by-1 here too. 1, 2, 3. I think this guy comes across, but they're just still trying to single him up man to man over here. So he's right up here. Here he is getting off. And they got kind of a back shoulder throw. Look at him. How he walls off that defender there. Great play right there. Great job by him. We've already seen that one. I think there's one more down here. Yeah, right here. This is one I want to see right here. Let's do that. Make sure it don't come on. All right, he's down here at the bottom. He's usually the left receiver. And now right here, he gets behind and beats this guy deep right here. So let's watch this. So you see he does have good speed, tight coverage. He can get off of that. And watch this catch right here. Great job of tracking it. Tough catch right there. Boy, that's a tough catch over your shoulder. Over shoulder catch. Had a guy right on you. I mean, it shows how good of a player he is right there. I believe that was really the last one I was wanting to show you here. I believe that's Donovan right there, maybe. But anyway, that was my last video I wanted to show you. And I was going to scroll back up there here and get to that picture where I started off. Where's that at? Here's a cool one right there of him. But right here. All right, here we go. We'll finish up right here. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. You get to see a little bit of Donovan Faupel here, and I think he's going to be a heck of a player for us. Big guy, 6'1", 195, big receiver, strong hands. He'll be a security blanket for our quarterbacks. I really believe that. Really excited about him, man. I think he's going to be a good one. And really excited. He's right there, NFL prototype size and speed. Not quite all the way there, but he's going to be a good weapon for us. And that's all I got, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching and spending time with me. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button and then subscribe and come back soon. Watch some more videos. I'd love for you to. And leave me a comment. What do you think here about Donovan Faupel? And I hope I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I certainly do apologize. I know this guy's a hog, and he's going to be a player for us. And that's all I got, man. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great evening or a great day. And as always, go Hogs.